Good morning. So, basically, I wanted to create this video because I'm a registered HUD buyer's agent in Denver, Colorado, and um, I just think they're a great value, and I'd like to share that with you. Basically, we're in a huge seller's market in the fall of 2016, and it's been a challenging summer for buyers. They often have to come in over asking on houses and bring some money to the table in order to get a deal done. So, that's where HUDs are great because they're owner occupant first. Um, it's an auction bidding process, so you have 7 to 10 days once they put it online to bid on it, and it's owner occupant only. So it gets rid of all the investors that are trying to take advantage of the hot rental market. So they're great value as far as that goes, and you have to be a registered agent in order to bid on them. And I happen to be one. My name is Nicholas Bowman with House Calls Realty in Denver. My number is 303-476-8454, and be happy to show you any HUDs that you see on HUDhomestore.com. And that's where they're listed. So basically, you get on there, and um, if you find something you like near you, we'll go take a look, and then I bid on it, and then a couple days later, we find out if you won, and then I have to fill out a bunch of paperwork and get it through. There's a few things to know about HUDs, though. The process is long, and they don't. It takes 30 to 45 days, even if you're a cash buyer, and they won't fix anything, right? So it's as is, and sometimes they make it hard to do inspections. Like they won't let you turn on the water. Sometimes, you know, they do make it difficult, but that weeds out a lot of buyers. So in my opinion, that's just to your advantage that they are difficult. So all the HUDs need carpet and paint. Almost every single one I've ever seen. So you can guarantee that you're going to be able to stamp your name on it basically by picking carpet and paint. Some of the higher end ones are pretty good move-in ready, but um, yeah. Anyway, they're kind of rough. So you'll get some sweat equity. They're usually priced right, and you don't have to compete with the investors. As far as the buying process, they have their own contracts, so a lot of agents are not familiar with the contracts. It's a two-page sales agreement. They don't go by your standard Colorado contract to buy and sell. They have their own way of doing stuff. So they have their own waivers and contracts, and you basically just have to jump through a ton of hoops and get it done. They also don't pay title anymore, so you can pick your own title company, but you're also going to pay all the closing costs, and that's something to remember. So maybe, if you are bidding on one, include some closing costs in the bid, and that way it's not quite the sting that it could be. Just depends on the market you're in. If you're in the Denver, Colorado market, I actually suggest that you just go in and you give them what they want on a silver platter, but that's just because it's so competitive here. Um, Lately, if you start adding contingencies and closing fees, you probably won't get the deal. So we've had to come in full blast, and usually over asking, to be honest, still. Uh, Although I feel like that's starting to soften. I still haven't got one for under asking. I mean, there was one in June last year that we came in 30,000 over asking on a $300,000 house, and we didn't get it. So that'll tell you a lot about the market. It's been super competitive, um, and this last one I sold, we came in 10 grand over on a $300,000 townhome, and we did get it. So we came in pretty aggressive, and we got it, but it's just been a wild ride here in Denver. It's been very interesting. It's quite the seller's market. The economy's good. Everybody wants to move here. Um, Man, it's. I think it's kind of an anomaly as far as because when I look at the stats for the nation, um, we're outperforming pretty much everywhere except like maybe San Francisco. Anyway, I digress. If you're interested in looking at HUD homes, go to HUDhomestore.com or housecallsrealty.com. I'll show you any HUD home, and I will bid on any HUD home for you in the state of Colorado. So don't be shy. I love to drive. Don't mind going to look at houses in weird places anywhere in Colorado. I'm happy to do it. It's a passion of mine, and I'll send you comps so you'll know what you're getting into. I'll send you recent solds. Usually I go about 6 months back and give you all the recent solds within a mile or two that compare to the property that you're looking at. So that way you feel good about your purchase. Because there's nothing worse than, I got the bid, and then do your homework afterwards. No, we try to do the homework up front, and that way, frankly, I'm not undoing deals because I didn't do my job. All right. House Calls Realty, 303-476-8454.